Hello and welcome. It's a full basketball day as we take a deep dive on the PBA. I'm Boom Gonzalez.
And I'm Diego Dorio. The PBA Finals continues and we have the TNT to break down all the action for us here on Starting Lineup.
Dancing, swaying, shooting. Puts it on top and hits a nice dagger three. And then again.
Isai tosses to Netura.
But before we look into the PBA Finals, we have to talk about our rookie head coach here, and it's the perfect time to look back at his first conference as the head coach of the Magnolia Chicken Templados Hot Shots. Let's welcome back to the show, Coach L.A. Tenorio. Coach,
Welcome back, welcome back.
Thank you for having
Coach,
me again.
yung last time nandito ka, di ba, magsisimula pa lang.
Announcement.
Diba? Oo, tsaka naglalaro pa lang yung idea na, baka maglaro, baka ganyan. Madami na nangyari since. So, overview muna tayo. How was the conference for you? How was the experience for you in general muna?
In general, actually, we were talking about it nga ni Diego, no, before we air, no. Actually, it was fun.
Okay.
It was fun. Of course, there's a lot of struggles, adversities, and challenges along the way. Hindi naman siya perfect, di ba? That's why napilitan ako maglaro because of the injuries also of my two guards, main guards, no. So during the latter part of the conference, so it was really a big blow for us. No, but in general, it was fun because again, I was telling Diego nga that most of my team now, most of the composition of my team are young players.
Yep.
No, so since I'm young as a coach also, and they're young, and gusto ko yung composition ng team namin, gusto ko sabay kaming natututo. No, so I'm learning from them, they're learning from me, and yun yung I think big lesson and factor itong conference na to. I learned a lot from this team, from Magnolia team, this conference. No, I discovered the strengths and the weaknesses of each and every players. Because nakakalaban ko sila, sure, 'di ba? Iba yung nakakalaban at nakikita mo sa ibang team compared to talagang yung harap-harapan.
Kasama mo,
everyday mo kasama
you
sa
talk to
practice,
them,
bonding mo na.
bonding. And what I really like about the team now, they're really buying into the system na gusto kong ilagay sa team ng Magnolia, no. Yes, they're struggling offensively, and it showed in the stats, no. Actually, we were, I think, in the bottom of possessions, I think, no, pinakamababang possessions and points per game, no. So it just showed that we're adjusting. No, I'm adjusting as a coach, they're adjusting as a new system. Remember, it was 8-9 years of different system, no. So yun naman sinasabi ko sa kanila. I mean, I don't really push them really hard and pressure them really hard to win. I know, win will come. But the most important thing right now is really to get to know, the strength and the weaknesses of each and everyone, knowing my strength and, knowing their strength. And most especially, I always tell them just enjoy the game. No? Yun yung masaya sa mga bata. Minsan yung mga bata, they're really eager to win, to play hard. That's automatic eh. But yung enjoying the game, minsan nakakalimutan na nila eh. Di ba?
For sure.
So, yun.
Coach, 6-6 in your first conference, made it to the playoffs, and syempre nakausap mo, you were talking about all the young guys, how you want to develop them and slowly adjusting. Pero medyo curious ako, how was the conversations with the vets naman? Because like, you have Paul Lee, you have Mark Baroka, mga kalaban mo to dati, mga rivals mo dati. But now coaching them, how was that conversation like na, you're slowly explaining to them that, we have young guys, but you're here to guide the younger guys?
Well, that's the first thing I did, no, when I came into Magnolia, is to pay respect to the vets. I know that. I know the fact that I really have to pay respect to the veterans. No, they've been in Magnolia longer than no, longer than me. So they know
Right.
the culture, they know the winning and losing of, they felt that the winning and the losing nung sa Magnolia, sila yan eh. So I paid respect, I talked to them, one-on-one, I talked to them that, hey, I know you're vets, we have young players, it's their responsibility also. It's not only my responsibility to guide these young players, but more so them, no, yung mga vets, no. If you take a look at, looking back, if you see that my starting five is mostly young players, but going to the second five, it was really my vets, no?
Vets na.
And it was really by design. No? So nag-usap kami, pinag-usapan namin yun na I really wanted to start the young players for them to feel right away, feel the game right away. And then whatever happens, it's still the vets. The vets will still be in the game. Latter part of the conference, I started using them really, until the end of the game. Because for me, it's still, the vets will. I still have to go to my vets.
Yes.
Especially
Sila yung nakakaalam
sila yung
ng
nakakaalam eh.
sitwasyon.
But one thing, katulad yan sinabi ko na yun yung maganda sa team namin na naiintindihan nila. Naiintindihan ng young players, naiintindihan ng vets. So hopefully moving forward, this conference, especially with import, hopefully moving forward na marami kami natutunan and we really come back stronger this conference.
Personally, what was the biggest adjustment that you had to make na hindi mo akalain na gagawin mo? About, coaching in general.
Well, coaching in general, it's siguro number one is to play and then to coach right away, diba?
Right.
And secondly, it's really, I didn't see myself really getting mad at the players.
Okay. But it happened.
It
in
happened
other words.
because,
Hindi mo pinlano, pero
hindi ko
it happened.
plinano,
Okay.
but,
Tell us about that experience.
It's I'm the type of, siguro, gusto ko na I'm the type of coach that you know what you did wrong, and I want you to recognize that and admit that, and then you come back, and then you prove that, hey, I can play again and I can make bawi. Ganun lang.
Right.
But if you're gonna do it consistently, I mean, that's the time na doon naman ako papasok.
Right.
No, but because we practice that every day, we talked about it every day, diba? So
So naghalo yung frustration.
naghalo yung
ng konti.
frustration. And of course, with, as much as I don't want to get mad, but andun pa rin talaga yung competitive,
Passion.
Andun pa, kumbaga,
You want to win.
it was really hard, siguro, in my part also, between me as a player and as a coach. So I have to draw between the lines. I don't want to tell them, no, when I was playing, I was like this.
Right, right.
Because again, in the end of the day, my mind and the minds of other players are not the same.
Kaiba.
The talent that I have and the talent yung kung ano man meron yung mga players, it's different.
Pero coach, positive yung kinalabasan nung
Yeah,
mga experiences.
in my experience, it was positive. And then
Okay.
the players will really, recognize, oh yeah, mali kami, coach, So, kasi di talaga ako nagagalit sa kanila as much as I can. Because I explain it and then minsan ako na sumasali ako sa drill. Actually, not minsan. Madalas ako sumasali ng drill para makita nila.
Right.
Ganito.
Execution.
No?
Saka mas madali nila makikita kung ano yung gusto mo if you're right there on the
Yes,
court with
yes.
them, di ba?
Yeah. So, I mean, yun yung difference. No? And then
Coach, I want to talk about that moment where you obviously you talked about it. You played as a playing coach, right? Just the whole experience of it na I think you played around 10-11 minutes during that game. You're coaching while you're still playing. Although point guard ka naman, you've been doing that your whole career. But how was that whole experience?
Yeah. Out of body experience.
Yeah, that's
siguro.
crazy.
Actually, Jegs, you mentioned it, I thought, playing as a point guard all throughout my career and being the extension of the court all throughout my career, akala ko ganun kadali.
Kala mo same lang.
Akala ko ganun kadali.
Okay.
Akala ko ganun kadali lang na, ginagawa ko na to, coach na ako ever since I was coaching.
Yeah.
Back in days, I was
Right.
coaching Jape, I was coaching Greg,
Anong
even Justin.
nagpahirap? Anong pagkakaiba?
Number one is the preparation. Mentally. Because mentally, you have to shift. The start of the game pa lang, pre-game pa lang, I have my own routine,
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
As a player.
Of course.
and then I have a routine as a coach.
Of
I have to write the game plan. I have to talk about the game plan, and then I have to do the warm up. No, I have to talk to the coaching staff. What will we do? So I really salute Coach Sonny.
Sunny J, the legend.
Siya yung naging, I
Grabe
think
yan.
for me, siya yung isa sa mga naging successful. And I think I heard also Coach Norman.
Yeah, of course.
Was successful doing that.
course.
It was really hard. It's hard. It's hard. But again, it's a great experience, a great opportunity for me to do that. And, one thing that what I like sa nagawa ko is, the respect that I gained doon sa mga teammates ko and mga players ko. I think yun yung isa sa naging lesson din sa kanila na sinabi nila, Coach, okay, so now we know. Now we know. So, moving forward, I think they're excited. Actually, I'll start practicing pa lang this Wednesday. And they're excited already. I think they've been practicing for the past week because I
Good.
want them to
Good sign.
really, go away of parang alis muna kayo sa basketball. Yung mind nyo. Spend time
Detox
with your
muna,
family.
parang
Yeah,
ganun,
spend time with your family. And then be excited when you get back.
Right.
Kaya
Fresh
lang
na
iba,
fresh.
yung mga bata talaga, too eager talaga.
Mag-workout
Last
agad.
week pa lang, nag-workout na. So, but, you can't complain.
For sure.
Can't complain. Can't complain.
Well, Kuya, very exciting. Just the beginning.
At
of your
congratulations,
crazy.
ah.
Congratulations on the first
Imagine
conference.
before, last time I was here,
Yes.
magko-coach pa lang ako.
Tapos ito na yung mga pinag-uusapan natin.
We'll still have Coach LA, so stay tuned. You're watching Starting Lineup.
On the first game.
Welcome back. You're still watching Starting Lineup. The Teniente is here and there's a war going on in the PBA, so it's time for the Magnolia head coach, Tenorio, to help us get into the mindset of a head coach as we take a look at the ongoing finals.
Ganda nung kwentuhan natin sa Magnolia, pero
Yup.
kailangan isang tabi.
Shift tayo kasi
pero
finals
lang,
ngayon.
Kasi we can pick his brain as a coach.
Yes,
Mga
yes.
scouting, di ba? Pwede.
Sa dami ng nilaro ang finals ni Coach Elia, marami tayong makukuha sa kanya. But let's focus on TNT muna. Right now, Coach Elia. Obviously, they won Game 1, and then San Miguel got Game 2 and 3. What do you think TNT has to do to try and get the lead here against San Miguel? What worked for them in Game 1?
I think first thing that really worked for them was really, I must say that the players, number one is they really contain Junmar. Game
Pag
1.
sinabi mong contain, what do you mean?
Contain in a sense that Junmar didn't play his best game.
Okay.
Because if Junmar will play his best game, definitely the whole San Miguel team will play the
Hirap
best game.
bantayan.
No? So, but again, automatic Junmar will get his 20-20. But during Game 1, I think Junmar, he got his numbers, but I think it was really a hard game for Junmar during the Game 1. No? But the thing that really very important with the Talk and Text team right now is they really have to be, they need to hit their 3-point shots.
Yun ang number one weapon.
Not only hitting their 3-point shots, but how to generate their 3-point shots.
Okay.
Right.
Sometimes, we see Talk and Text just shooting threes and that's it. But if you think about it, how do they generate the 3-point shot? They attack Junmar first on the pick and roll, and then someone will help, and then kick out and kick out.
And drop coverage sila yung
Drop
di ba?
coverage because they know that Junmar will not go out.
Correct, yes.
And I mean, you have to give it to Junmar because it's really hard to get out, and then
So nung game 1, nag-work yun.
nag-work yun. Plus Kelly was again. I always tell them that Kelly is the big or the X factor. Not only if Kelly will shoot the threes, but Kelly's doing what Kelly's been doing for the past years. Orchestrating after the pick and roll, getting the pocket pass and knowing where the teammates are and hitting the right person. It doesn't matter if it's under the Brandon Ganuelas Roser or Galinato or the kick out on Oftana, Pogoys and ng Batak and heading. So the past 2 games, I think San Miguel did a really good job on recognizing those those how do you call that? The point of attacks of
Right,
Talk and Text.
right.
But still, Talk and Text are getting good looks. No, but the past 2 games, they've been challenging shots. No? So that's why I think Talk and Text was really having a hard time actually the game 2 and game 3. They almost won game 3 yesterday.
Correct.
Yeah, they were in control.
They're,
Oo.
they're in control.
Ang opinion ko nga dyan, tell me if I'm wrong, boys, yung score was more the TNT,
TNT,
ano, di ba?
yes,
Parang,
yeah.
Kaya lang, yun nga, sa dulo, nadali
If you
sila ni
kasi,
CJ.
the thing that the strength of Talk and Text, it's hard to contain because basic, San Miguel shooting 2s, Talk and Text shooting 3s.
Right.
Or 4.
Yeah. Actually, I want to
Four.
talk about that, Kuya Eli.
3 and
because
4.
TNT, in the semis, the 4.9 saved them against
Yeah.
Meralco. And then now, that 4.9 is actually making a difference out. Parang paglamang ka ng 5.6 points in the last minute, you're not safe
Yeah,
yet.
you're not safe. Just like what happened yesterday in the game.
Yeah, kay CJ.
Kay CJ and no, before Talk and Text got the lead, San Miguel was leading.
Yeah.
Uh,
And then nag-spurt yung,
yung Talk and
TNT,
Text,
tama,
right?
tama. Third quarter.
3-point shot
Yes,
also
yes,
of
yes. Sila
ng bata.
Tana, sila ng bata,
Diba?
correct.
So when you play against Talk and Text, you really have to pick your poison. So you really have to what? Are you gonna give them the 2-point shot or are you gonna give them the 3-point shot? So I think the Talk and Text are at their best if they really get into the paint and then look for the 3-point shots because that's their strength. Really strength.
And you mentioned Kelly Williams as your X factor.
Yes.
Why is he still doing this at this stage?
I must say he's a vet. He knows the angles. He knows, he's just playing the angles of Junmar. He's playing physical. He's number one.
Inuunahan nga niya sa takbuhan, di ba, pabalik?
Physical. And
Di ba?
the good thing
Galing.
about this is, natututo si Galinato at si Ganuela sa kanya.
Right.
So now, even Aram is, I mean,
Doing the same
not
thing, yeah.
not bad. I mean, right? So, because of Kelly, I think nahahawa sila kay Kelly because Kelly will always set the tone defensively against Junmar. And then on offense, Kelly's doing the damage also again
Threat din siya.
of getting the pocket pass and hitting getting into the paint, and then someone will help, kick out. If not, he'll go all the way.
Yung transition, nakikita ko, inuunahan niya si Junmar, di ba? Para makascore
So
siya.
that's why Talk and Text is at their best if Kelly
Yeah.
will really not really on points, but facilitate inside the paint.
At kung medyo maka 40+% ang TNT sa 3-point shooting,
Hirap ba
medyo
niya?
mahirap, which is what happened nung game number 1.
Yeah, number one, yeah.
They're looking to obviously equalize the series, pero lamang ang San Miguel, and we will talk about them when we come back here on Starting Lineup. Welcome back to Starting Lineup and last run here with playing coach LA Tenorio. Now we talk about the team who has the lead
Yep.
in the series, San Miguel. All right, games 2 and 3. 2, medyo maluwag, tinambakan nila. Nakita mo yung offensive firepower ng San Miguel. Game 3, you said it, TNT had control, but that spurt in the end by San Miguel was the telling factor. Anong susi para sa San Miguel? What have they done well in games 2 and 3?
I think they really took advantage of the bench. No, again, if the bench of San Miguel will produce, because the starters of San Miguel will produce no matter what.
For sure.
For sure. No, there's Junmar, there's Marsho, there's CJ, and even Mo. Mo he's been really
Lately, as of late, yeah, you're right.
Starting on the semis, and then now in the finals, he's been getting really good numbers and complementing really well on Junmar's game. No, so but the key here is really, I think for me, is Don Trollano and Jericho Cruz.
That's a scouting report
That's
pala
a
sa akin, yung
Adamson
mga
boys.
analysts natin dito prior
It's
to the
really
finals.
Don Trollano
The
and
Adamson
Jericho.
boys.
The Adamson boys. Yeah. Even Rodney Brodyan. Yeah. If they're really playing at their best, I don't think Talk and Text has a chance. No? Plus, There's ano pa? Jeron.
Right.
Jeron is playing really well.
Off the bench.
Off the bench in the semis.
So,
diba?
the semis, not because of his offensive power, but he's really defending well. Like physically, he can switch. Big and small, he can switch. He can, bomb the bigs and then play physical against the guards of Tok and Tex. So I think, and of course, Don Trollano.
Yeah.
It showed. In game 2, he was what? Game 2, he had 22 points. And then game 3, he had 19 points.
What is it about him, Coach, from a coach's standpoint? Pag sinascout niyo yung San Miguel, ang dami niyo isa-scout dyan, obviously. Yun ang unang problema. Pero ito nga, lagi na, kahit yung mga analyst dito sa starting lineup, lagi nilang binabanggit, ito si Don Trollano. What is it about him that you see when you scout San Miguel? Why is he so effective?
Position-wise, it's hard match up.
Yes. Yeah. He's big.
Position-wise, he's big for a 2. He can play 4.
Yeah.
He has an outside shooting. He has a post-up. Everything. He can play the pick and roll. So he's really a walking mismatch for me. He can play multiple positions. No? So there's a time that they played him in the 4.
Wow.
Don Trollano.
Wow.
No? So that's why he's a problem matchup. And of course, you're not gonna take a look at him right away because he's not a starter.
Correct.
And if you think about it, his minutes is not the same as CJ and some of the guys.
Yes.
So,
Na-overlook, kumbaga.
na-overlooked eh. Kahit ako, when I played against them in Montalban, imagine, this is so funny. Because when we played them against San Miguel in Montalban, before that game, Trollano was struggling. Like,
Not a
0-1.
factor,
Not
yeah.
really a factor. 0, 2 points. I think that was their 4th game, I think. 4th game or 5th game.
Yeah.
And he was struggling. And I remember really thoroughly in my pre-game, hindi pwedeng gumanda ang laro ni Trollano sa atin today.
Okay.
Because Trollano, 0, 2 points, like, ganun yung mga scoring niya. And then you know what happened? He scored 32 points, I think, in our game, 28. 32
Doon
points.
pala
in the game.
nakuha yung kumpiyansa.
Off the bench.
Wow.
So he's that kind of player that,
Ignitable, ano?
yes. Because nga, of course, when he plays kasi, he knows that everyone is focusing on CJ. Everyone's focusing on Junmar.
Marcio, yeah.
So this is my opportunity now. So something like that.
Di nga siya nalalagay sa mga poster.
Wala nga siya dyan eh. Diba? You cannot
ganun ka-overlook,
that's a
ano?
problem.
Okay.
That's a problem also. So now TNT is really doing a good job match up with Trollano.
Yeah.
No, they match up with Trollano. So I think yun yung isang magandang ginagawa ni Coach Chot. And of course, Coach Chot is a vet. We know how many time na Coach of the Year yan. So alam niya yan.
Actually, I was teammates with Don sa Blackwater before. He was still going up. He was really a bucket. He can score the 3, he can go mid-range, and like...
He's a natural.
And he
He's a natural.
works hard. Grabe.
You see
On
his body.
Yeah.
You see his body.
Yun ang una kong
lost body
nakita
fat.
from his college days. Yun yung nakita ko talaga na nag-improve.
He's not slow, He's quick.
Yeah, he is.
He's quick and strong.
Long,
Yes.
bahaba ng galamay.
And very physical.
Yeah.
Very physical.
Then, Coach, I want to talk about CJ now. Obviously, Don was a huge weapon for San Miguel, but CJ in the last 2-3 plays in that TNT game against Game 3 against TNT, he just took over. What do you see in this game? Obviously, best in transition, I would say, si CJ. No one can stop him. But yung half-court game niya, nag-i-improve na rin.
After nagkonting alitan pa sila ni Coach
Yun
Leo.
nga sasabihin ko.
Go ahead, Coach.
So, after that timeout, I think, as a player also, that's part of the game. Very emotional in the game. No, nagkaroon sila ng problema. But you'll see how the character of the player na talagang kahit nagkasagutan kami, you give me the ball, I'll do something about it. And I'll make good decisions also. No? So yun yung nakita ko kay CJ last game, after what happened. But the dangerous part now with San Miguel, if you think about it, San Miguel is playing without a point guard. CJ and Jericho Cruz is playing the point guard position.
Not their
That's,
natural.
that's,
Natural.
Very, that's very dangerous. If San Miguel will do that, then the more that Tokentex will have a hard time playing against San Miguel because the firepower, the length, the physicality, the strength. Maybe if Tokentex will adjust, they're gonna pressure them from the full court.
Yeah.
So I think yun yung adjustment na magiging to. But if CJ will play the point also, it's gonna be hard because he can go all the way. He can jump over people. Doing the pick and rolls. He can shoot fours off the screen. So the most that you can do if I'm the coach of the other, if I'm playing them, I'm gonna trap him. But the thing is, it's a gamble. If you
other
trap him,
guys.
Junmar will be wide open in the middle. So I don't know, but I'm sure Coach Chot will have a
Scheme.
scheme for
Ready
him.
for that.
So, yeah.
And that's what makes Wednesday
Yep.
very,
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 very.
interesting kasi parang swing game yan. Pag nanalo ang isa, yung SMB, malaking bentahe
3-1,
na.
yep.
And then, of course, TNT looking for the equalizer. Congratulations, brother.
Thank you, brother. Thank you
Coach.
again. Thank you for having me again. Thank you.
And we wish you, the rest of the team, great health for the next conference.
Yes.
exciting things.
Hopefully we'll be here na.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Yan.
Kami naman yung nandito.
Tama yan.
Lagi na lang mga
Usually, swerte yung mga coach na pumupunta dito
Oh,
sa
yeah.
show. Yeah.
Next time ulit.
Tama ka. All right, thank you very much,
Thank you,
Coach.
thank
Thank you, Coach. And
Thank
that's
you.
it for tonight. Thank you for joining us. I'm Diego Dario.
Boom Gonzalez, this has been Starting Lineup. Oo nga, no?